Now, I think it's safe to say I can be pretty negative in my videos. Some of my most popular videos ever are even negative. However, I want to show my positive side for once. I can be positive too, but since I've been pretty negative lately, I'll show off more positivity. I'll do so by going through FNAF media I either don't like or think it's mid that I can think of, and naming one positive for each. Some of these it was hard to think of, but I was able to do it and come up with one positive each. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. Also become a channel member for content perks, all optional, but it'd be appreciated if you did. Without further ado, let's get right into naming one positive of FNAF media I don't like. Starting off with Security Breach. Security Breach I don't even dislike, I just think it's mid. However, my biggest positive for the game that makes it mid and not bad for me is the characters. At least most of them. BurnTrap, the Blob, and Vanny are no-nos for me, and Glamrock Chica's kinda mid to me, but most of the rest range from good to outright amazing. I love Glamrock Freddy. He's so fatherly, and it's a cozy personality to follow through with during the game. Roxanne Wolf's egotistical and self-centered character is nothing short but unique, and he gives her plenty of memorable moments. Montgomery Gator is just cool, and his anger issues also lead to some memorable moments from the game. Sun has a wacky, crazy, and fun personality that makes him so lovable, and Moon provides some creepiness in a game that's mostly tame from that. His voice in the gameplay offers such a treat. DJ Music Man is also really cool because of his design and his boss fight chase moment thing. Pretty good characters for the most part. Now, this is an example of something I outright don't like. As much as I don't like literally half of the skins, I will say that the other half ranged from good to amazing. The Arcade Mayhem Gang, Grayscape Golden Freddy, Piranha Plush Trap, Chocolate Bonnie, all of those and a few more are completely fantastic in my opinion, and it makes me tolerate the skins in FNAF AR way more. By far, the best part about Juniors to me is the soundtrack. It's genuinely so damn good, especially London Bridge, the track that plays during Night 6. My favorite track in the whole thing, and it also helps provide some energy in Night 6. By far, what I love the most about the Return of the Bloody Knights are the character designs. They give me FNAF 1 design vibes, and they work so well for the game Bloody Knights was trying to be FNAF 1 inspired. They have perfect textures, colors, all of that. Genuinely solid designs. Now, the positive I have for Dormitabis is going to be funny because of how it literally comes from the Cardboard Theater minigame, aka where one of the game's controversies resides, but I just love the music that plays during this minigame. It's weirdly soothing and it helps with the Cardboard Theater aesthetic really well. With this, I definitely see the music fitting in a FNAF game really well since FNAF aims at the nostalgic angle sometimes. Well, we'll find it's an anime. I gotta admit, it's at least well drawn. The colors, shading, all of it's really good. For the first Jolly game, I actually like the visuals a lot. It's very reminiscent of FNAF 3 and Sister Location, and it's got great colors yet again. Even the character models look pretty decent. Well, Jolly 2's menu music goes hard. Yeah, it's a banger. But by far, the best part about Candies 2 is the minigames. They help to provide more lore in the Candy series, and they also don't look that bad either. I especially really like the secret minigame after beating the whole game, which basically teases Candies 3. Good setup. POPGOES 2016 to me is like Security Breach, where it's more mid to me than bad. My one positive towards POPGOES 2016 I will give is Simon. I love Simon. He's got an amazing design, and the lore he offers is pretty unique. I adore the cutscene after the Night 6 minigame where he ends up just staring at you. Menacingly! I think the general ambience in this game is terrifying. It provides a sense of fear in your situation and creates a tiny bit of stakes, especially for players playing for the first time. I've always said that the Chica level in this game is the best one out of the four. It's such a huge environment and map to play in. Ignited Chica's general mechanics are pretty good, utilizing the flashlight, and even though the pages are the same spots unlike the objects in the previous levels where they're randomized, it still works because, again, it's a massive map you're playing in. It tests your memorization and thinking, it gets you to explore. To me, that's good gameplay. The only positive I can really say for this song is that it can be ironically funny. It's kind of at that level, ignoring the creator. I think the singing voice itself is pretty good, and it's very matching to Eleanor. It can sound kind of beautiful at times. Glitchtrap taking over the world is just funny to me. I don't know why. It's very goofy for a character like Glitchtrap and FNAF as a whole. But since it's a fan song, it's not really that much of an issue. Again, it's kind of humorous. This story attempts to be like Goosebumps, which, you know what, I can actually appreciate. It's weird as shit, but it's kind of reminiscent of media that is actually really creepy. I can say the same as I said for He Told Me Everything. I think the Goosebumps style of weirdness horror that was attempted here could do wonders for this story, and again, I can actually appreciate that. Now, my positive for BurnTrap is that the whole mimic thing might actually improve this character and make BurnTrap so much more interesting and compelling. We just gotta wait for Security Breach Ruin. His design's okay. It's not bad at all. He kind of looks like a beast if anything. And this is the last one. Yep, the FNAF community. As toxic I think it can be, I still think there's a decent amount of good in this community. There's a lot of genuinely talented or just cool people that you can find and interact with. Whether that be fans that are just cool to talk to, or creators like YouTubers, animators, modelers, artists, and more who put out what they make and its creations that people can actually appreciate and enjoy. And that brings us to the conclusion of the video. In my perspective, even if I or someone were to perceive something as bad, the truth is that there's always going to be at least one person that enjoys it. No matter what it is, how controversial it is, etc. Hell, some of the things on here are stuff that most people like Juniors, Return to Bloody Nights, POPGOES. Hell, I'd argue Security Breach is somewhat in that category too. There's just as much people that love the game just as much as there is who hate it. And to me, if someone or people like something, that's fine. And as well, it's just good to be positive sometimes. It's okay to be negative. Hell, as I always say to myself, some things can't be good if there's no bad. However, it can get pretty tiring to a certain extent, and positivity is welcomed. I may criticize shit about this series sometimes, but at the end of the day, I still love it near and dear, and it's genuinely one of my favorite franchises of all time. Long live Five Nights at Freddy's.